Hello, Archbishop. Thanks for seeing me. I'm really troubled about what might happen if my name is nominated for bishop. Perhaps we can talk about this. I've a lot of trust in you. You seem so easy to talk to. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all, John. You seem so sad. What is the matter? You are usually such a jolly fellow, almost, well, silly.
I know I'm sometimes thought of as a joke of some sort, but really, I'm not a joke. I'm a clown. A baptized clown at that. One who the church made a priest and who wants to be a bishop, you know, like you. I thought that if the church thought a clown was good enough to be a priest, it would think me good enough to be a bishop.
Like me? How wonderful. It's a real calling, you know. I've always thought you'd make a fine bishop. Except of course for your physical characteristics and your get-up. I must warn you, these are difficult times for the church. Becoming a bishop is not all that easy. I wonder if you know how difficult it is for a clown to become a bishop. Do you think you could give up being a clown?
Archbishop, I know there are people who think that being a clown is just a choice. But it doesn't feel like that to me. I've always known I was a clown. Even as a child I was a clown, always finding ways into people's hearts by being a bit odd. I think the nose is a giveaway. You know, bright red, and all that. People say I can just take it off, but however it got there, it's part of me now, and I can take it off and still be who I am. Maybe being a clown is as natural as being gay or straight, or maybe even as natural as being boring.
Well, John, here is the problem. While you know I believe clowns are a special way of being human, and part of the spectrum of human ways of being, I have to also hold that being a clown is not a natural vocation, but rather involves choice, particularly the choice to be different. As you know, we are about to adopt the Anglican Covenant, and by its terms it looks as if we would have to explore with other churches any issue that would be divisive. And being different is often divisive just because it is different. I am sure some bishops here will appeal to the primates to have anyone who is a clown excluded from becoming a bishop until such time as there was a common mind on the issue.
What issue is that, Archbishop?
Well, as a start, what does it mean for the person who is the focus of unity in a diocese to be a clown? And, is a clown a suitable icon for the presence of the Christ, the true high priest? Not to mention the issue of the dignity of the office. How would you reconcile your nose to the robes of high office? All of this would have to be answered before we could even think of making you a bishop.
All of this for a clown to be a bishop. I bet we already know bishops who are clowns. You know the ones, the bishops who just can't help being a bit irreverent, a bit over the top, as they say, and maybe even a bit anti-establishment. And about the funny clothes, I suppose the same could be said for the mitre, funny as any clown's hat.
Now John, be careful. Remember who you are talking to. We bishops are serious people and we have hard work to do, and we don't need it pointed out that we are sometimes silly and clownish. I'm worried and wonder if you really are the sort who should be thought of for bishop.
This isn't working out the way I hoped it might. I came for some advice, and what I am being told is that there is no hope for me to be a bishop if I am also a clown. I guess you don't think a person can have two vocations at the same time, like being a bishop and married, or being a bishop and having a life of companionship and joy with another, or being bishop and a clown, or maybe even a bishop and an officer of the state. I thought maybe I'd get advice, and what I'm getting is a straight out and shout it. No.
I'm sorry, John, but you know the Anglican Communion has to come first. It's my job. I may think that you are a fine candidate for bishop, but I know in my heart, and research bears me out, that many in the Communion think that clowns are, well, too different. Too in your face. I mean, if you must point out the foibles of us all, can't you do it in a less public way? In a less dramatic way? Anyway, I know it will be trouble in the Communion, and so until we work it out all together, we just can't appoint you as bishops.
How sad. Anglicans are the last best hope for a church community where I might also be judged on merits and not on the color of my nose. I can't give up the nose, but maybe I could try a suit and pinstripes. Do you suppose it would help?
No, John, I'm sorry. It's about who you are, not about what you wear. Even if you took off the red bulb nose, you would now still be suspect. The clown inside you might get out, or at least that is what they will say.
So I'm finished. Or at least I cannot hope for any thought of consideration for Bishop.
Yes, John, I'm afraid that is true. In the current climate, any suspicion of your being a clown will be enough to block your consideration. And, I am sorry to say, I agree with that, even when I don't agree with scapegoating anyone. You know that.
Archbishop, what I know now is that for unity the church will scapegoat who it has to, and Anglicans are no exception. Still, remember, Jesus is often remembered as a clown, a tragic clown who even took on the deranged world in its wake and absorbed it into his own body. I'm standing with Jesus. You are standing with the powers and principalities, with Judas and the high priest and the Anglican rigorist. I'm glad I know that now. But also kind of sad,